first step that I took was I drew line segment AB. The next thing I did was I drew a segment longer than AB. On that line, I established point C that corresponded with A on line AB. I took my compass pointer, placed it on point A, and drew an arc over point B. Receiving the measurement I needed to form line CD. I put the pointer on point C and created an arc with that same measurement to create point D. I then knew that line AB was equal to line CD. The first step that I took was I drew line AB. I then centered my compass at point A, and I chose a point that was more than halfway to B. I then drew arcs above and below line AB. Then I placed my compass at point B and I drew arcs which intercepted the first two arcs, creating points C and D. Using my straight edge, I drew line CD. I now knew that line AM and MB were congruent and line CD and line AB were parallel, and I now know that M is the midpoint of line AB. The first step that I took was I drew angle ABC. I then centered my compass at point B and I drew an arc which intersected line BA and line BC. Those points were now E and F. I took my compass and using E and F as centers, I drew two arcs with equal radii intersecting at point D. Using my straight edge, I drew line BD, which bisects angle ABC. Angle ABC, the first thing I did was create ray DE. I then drew an arc centered at B which intersects ray BA and ray BC at points which I named F and G. I then drew an arc with the same radius as in step 2, but centered at D. I named this point H. The next step is to draw an arc centered at G that goes through F. Then draw an arc of length GF centered at H. It should intersect the previous arc at J. Finally, draw ray DJ. Angles JDH will be equal to angle ABC. To inscribe an equilateral triangle, the first step I took was to draw diameter AB in the given circle O. Then, using A as a center and AO as a radius, I drew an arc intersecting the circle at 2 points. I named these points C and D. The last step is to connect points B, C, and D to form a triangle in which all sides are the same length. To inscribe a regular hexagon, the first step I took was to draw a circle O and remember the radius. Next thing is to pick a point on the circle, B in this case, and with the same radius, draw an arc that intersects with the circle. Using the new point created where the arc meets the circle as the center and with the same radius, make another arc on the circle. Continue making arcs around the circle until you have 6 points. These are the vertices of the regular hexagon. The last step is to connect all the points together to create a 6-sided figure. Since the hexagon is regular, we know that all sides are the same length and all angles have the same measurement.